All right, I'm Jay Stone. Welcome to another episode of my show at rockmetaltalk.com. You can always tune in to my affiliates for the replays at stonechromeradio.com, granitecoastentertainment.com, and theindyauthority.com. Also subscribe on iTunes, as it is a podcast as well. So, as you know, this is the last show for 2015. I'm doing my top picks. I'm not playing them in any order that means anything, essentially. Marilyn Manson's album, The Pale Emperor, is my top pick, my very top pick of the year, so we'll be playing some of that. Cold Cock Whiskey bands are booking shows with me for next year, so in 2016, right off the bat, you can look forward to The Enemy Within, and you can also look forward to an interview in February with the recast. There's also a couple in the books. This kid Ali, who plays in a band with Uli John Roth, from original member of the Scorpions and whatnot, but he's like a prodigy type kid, I guess. Young kid and very talented, so he'll be booking the show as well. We got a lot of good things coming in 2016, but 2015, we kick some major fucking ass. All my stats aren't loaded on the site, but there's been 7,000 to 10,000 listeners a week between Spreaker, rockmetaltalk.com, and all the affiliates. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in. The show's been running pretty solid since March. A couple of shows on and off here and there, but we're bringing the show back to top levels. I know I've mentioned that I may be discontinuing the show eventually. I do have some contracts, with certain people who do air the shows in other countries, so I will definitely be fulfilling those. The show is moving to Tuesday nights for the first half of 2016 for at least 6 months, so it'll be Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. for 2016. I do work a fucking stupid-ass schedule, so it does change on a regular basis. It used to change once a week, but when I changed apartments, I failed to, remember that it's every 6 months, and I started booking guests already for 2016 on Thursday nights. So I apologize to those people that I did have to reschedule, but, I did have to reschedule those. So I had some technical difficulties with the first round of the show. If some of you were tuning in, you may have noticed that. I do apologize. I woke up at about 7 o'clock from my fucking beauty sleep. I was getting a million fucking text messages. I'm really fucking super annoyed right now. I don't know if I sound like it, but I'm fucking really fucking aggravated. People don't stop bothering me till 2 minutes before the show. My wife's texting me about fucking Star Wars. I'm getting fucking emails. I'm getting all sorts of shit all at the same fucking time. And it fucked the show up. I don't really understand what the hell happened. But whatever. Needless to say, the bad version of that show was already uploaded to YouTube, so I hope you guys fucking enjoy not hearing me speak and just hearing the fucking intro of the show. It's just one of those things. I really don't know what the fuck happened. But when I'm being sidetracked and things have, I'm trying to get a fucking good show on, and I'm trying to get my fucking coffee down, and I'm trying to get all of this shit rolling right, someone's always got to fuck me up. It's just my fucking nature. My whole 2015 has been a fucked up year. 2014, I don't know. Every time I go back to this one department at work, my life gets turned upside down. All bad shit happens, and went back to that fucking department, and all the bad shit started happening to me again. So just a lot of bullshit, I gotta say. I did work things out with Bluetio, or whatever the fuck they're called, those people I was telling you about, the headphones. They did honor it. They're like, oh, you've been out of warranty since December 4th. I'm like, I've been fucking trying to get a hold of you for 2 months, and I can prove it. Go listen to my radio show, motherfucker, because I've been complaining about it. But anyway, they did send me a new pair, so they're probably still a piece of shit regardless. But at least they sent me a new pair. And the old one still works, but they don't fit my head right. So but I am going to use those till they're dead first, because that's the kind of guy I am. Even though they sent me a new pair. And then I got a fucking shit with pants. It rips by the fucking zipper by my dick, so I can poke my fucking little dickhead out. Oh, that was just those pair of bad lot, and then they Wrangler fucking sends them through Bell's, the department store, to send me new fucking pants. I wear the pants fucking twice, and my little fucking pinger's popping out. No, it wasn't really popping out, but I'm just saying. So, like I said, I'm not going to play these songs in any essential order. They're going to be mixed with, top selling artists. My favorite, regardless, I treat everybody the same, whether you're a $1 million band or just a band who sent me a CD from your garage that kicked ass. So some of you are going to be surprised at who made the list. Some of you are going to be disappointed that you didn't make the list. I'm only going by the CDs that I have physical copies of. I'm not going by what I have downloaded, people who have submitted, or CDs that I've purchased that I've received in the fucking U.S. mail. Is the mail through? Does China run on mail now? Probably. We probably outsource the way that fucking operates. That's why the post office don't accept their own fucking mail. You gotta send it through UPS. But anyway, so it's been a really fun year. I've had a lot of fantastic fucking guests on. Howard Stern's re-signed for another 5 years. Sirius XM is going to own his content for 12, so maybe there's an opportunity. I will go and be on satellite radio again at some time in my life. I did about, 12, 14 shows for them a couple of years ago when I first was released from broadcasting school, if that was a school. It was more like a place to show up and eat your lunch and fucking do everybody else's work. But I worked on a lot of projects. Me and I think one other person are the only ones to maintain anything to do with radio or entertainment. She happens to have a very good career here in the Tampa Bay area on one of the oldie stations. So that, a lot of my friends work in testicle radio, so I don't like to bag on them on testicle radio too much because of that fact. But people do know how I feel. I would go back to it if it was the right situation. I worked at about 4 or 5 different stations. There's just no money in it. And if I'm going to make no money, I might as well do this from my home and have a show where more people and more fans are more accepted to my show. So it's just one of those things, but I'm looking forward. I got a lot of good PR guys who are sending me, bands to interview and stuff. Like the guy who brought me Tax the Heat and stuff like that. I get a lot of new music. But there may be 1 or 2 albums on here that was submitted digitally that I couldn't ignore on the list. But you wouldn't have known that unless I told you the truth. But for the most part, everything has been purchased or physically submitted to me. I just can't dig through MP3s and think about every single band. I gotta look at the pile of CDs I compiled over 2015. So if you want to get something submitted and it's going to be released after this show or couldn't be in time, like AC Slade's CD didn't get here, he just emailed me. I purchased that. I paid fucking $15 for it. But that'll be on, I already know some of the music. I already know that that's in the running for one of my top picks. That's on my list. That's how I keep track of it. I keep a list of all the CDs that were sent to me and that I purchased. And if it makes the cut, I put it on the back of my fucking interview schedule. And that's how I compile my list. When the list gets too big, I start to cross people off the list. So this year, it's actually a pretty big list. I normally don't do a full show like this. It's usually a segment in between. But I have turned it into a full show. There's people out there wondering, did I make the list? If you, more than likely, you made the list if you submitted a CD or worked tightly with the show. And, we had a good time together here or whatever. But you're going to be surprised at some of the names you do see. So I'm going to play one of the first songs. I'm kind of glad I had some technical difficulties because I didn't get one of the songs loaded in. And it was the first guy. I mentioned Marilyn Manson, so my whole show would have been fucked up right from there because my favorite album of the year is The Pale Emperor. There's no denying that. And we're just going to have to see. So sit back, chill out. I have to load more music in, so enjoy Outcast by the band Shinedown off their album Threat to Survival, or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't care about the album names. I just know it came out in 2015, and it's one of my top picks. So here it is, Outkast. I'm Jay Stone. You're listening to my show at rockmetaltalk.com.
It's in the air, so get your head right. Crawling through the sand, making noise, cracking dynamite. And I've been thinking about the past, I can't ignore. Nothing less, nothing more. It's all the same as before. I'm just feeding my appetite. I'm just feeding my appetite. It's in the ground, underneath. Tied up, tweaked out inherently. And I've been swimming in the new millennium. Run, run, here I come. I'm just having some fun. I'm just feeding my appetite. Don't you know I broke the mold like a hammer to a landmine? You better stick to what you know, 'cause I ain't playing just to rewind. I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. It's all around, but you're in no shape. Pacing back and forth, looking low, feeling out of place. And I've been watching every minute like a casualty. Bona fide misery, it's no conspiracy. I'm just feeding my appetite. I'm just feeding my appetite. Don't you know I broke the mold like a hammer to a landmine? You better stick to what you know, 'cause I ain't playing just to rewind. I got it, I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. Don't you know I broke the mold like a hammer to a landmine? You better stick to what you know, 'cause I ain't playing just to rewind. I got it, I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast. I'm coming back, I'm coming back, I'm coming back to outlast every outcast.
All right, so that was motherfucking Shinedown. That was the first song of the list. But like I said, they're in no essential motherfucking orders. So I can't, I don't understand. No one bothers me all day. And then I sit here and I get emails and emails and emails and text and fucking messages. But, you know, whatever the case may be. So Shinedown was definitely on the top of the list. So we're going to move on here because there's not much in rock and roll news. Last week I did a show about Scott Weiland. It's still making a lot of headlines. I still feel, you know, pretty depressed when I think about him, or I look through my songs here in the history of songs that I've played over the past year. I definitely played a fair share of Art of Anarchy, which is on tonight's list. I played a shitload of Stone Temple Pilots last week. So, I mean, it's good for the Stone Temple Pilots camp, but unfortunately, they're never going to have their fucking singer back ever again. It doesn't matter who fronts the band at this point, but